G'day everyone, welcome to AussieStig's review of the Trak Racer FS3 wheel stand. You can check out the written review over on bsimracing.com. It's constructed almost entirely from metal, with only a couple of components being fabricated from a type of ABS plastic. There's only 9 major pieces that go into assembling the FS3. You can have it together in 11 steps, which should take you about 30 minutes. It's handy that all 80 bolts have one Allen key size, which eliminates the need for a whole bunch of tools. Step 1. Remove the 4 bolts from the lower front uprights. Step 2 has us rotating the lower uprights and screwing the same 4 bolts from step 1 through the front foot. Step 3. Remove the 4 bolts from the pedal deck. Step 4. Mount the pedal deck to the pedal brackets using the just removed 4 bolts, the special double-threaded bolt for pedal deck adjustment. Step 5. Add the upright extensions to the front lower uprights. Step 6. Add the upright extensions to the rear lower uprights. Step 7. Slide the apex frame and cross member into the front and rear uprights. Step 8. Remove the 2 bolts for the wheel deck bracket. Step 9. Mount the wheel deck bracket to the frame using the supplied nuts and bolts. Step 10. Remove the 4 bolts from the upper apex bracket on the side you wish to mount the shifter on. Step 11. Mount the shifter bracket, adjust the wheel stand to your preferred stance and then tighten all the bolts. Assembly of the wheel stand is now complete, so let's hop into a race. My first impressions after jumping straight into a race in GT Sport, I found the FS3 to be surprisingly stable. There's hardly any lateral movement of the wheel stand, even with the force feedback set to 9 in GT Sport. It kind of feels a bit more like a sim rig than a wheel stand. The mounting points are well thought out, they help with the feeling of stability. Thrustmaster's TGT wheel, pedals and shifter are securely attached to their respective mounts. Let's get on to Le Mans in Project Cars 2. With the H-pattern Porsche 956, things are a little bit more aggressive. The Porsche's heavier steering, along with heel and toe driving, create a very small amount of lateral movement, but it isn't really noticeable. Trak Racer has definitely paid particular attention to the adjustability of the wheel stand and controls by building flexibility into the design. The wheel stand should work with almost any type of chair that you place in front of it. All things considered, I'm happy to push harder with the FS3 and tackle some tougher car track combos. The pedal deck is also up to the task of heel and toeing or left foot braking. Most people that know me know I love to drive old school cars when I can. It's easy to comfortably drive the way I like. Enjoy a little of this old school Porsche 911 racing at Nords. When I come back, we'll talk prices, pros and cons, and my final thoughts on the FS3. Wheel stand pricing as follows. United States, $199 plus shipping. Canada, $249 plus shipping. Australia, $249 plus shipping. UK, £159, free shipping. The European Union, €159 plus shipping. AussieStig's pros: foldable compact design, very affordable, adjustability, solid mounting points, accepts major manufacturers' peripherals, reasonably stable under most driving conditions, suitable for monitor or VR racing, can be placed quite close to a monitor, mostly all metal construction, comes partly pre-assembled, good finish on all components. AussieStig's cons: mounted controls make the wheel stand quite heavy. On hard surfaces, front pedal and foot assembly could be grippier. A very small amount of lateral movement while driving vigorously. No cable management options. Obtaining an optimum driving position can be a little fiddly. Final thoughts. Having spent a couple of weeks with the FS3, I was pleasantly surprised with just how well I could race with this €159 wheel stand. The mounting points for the various controls have been particularly well thought out and are well engineered. Assembly time is kept to a minimum and it can be put together in plus minus 30 minutes. For this review, I used a simple IKEA dining chair. If you own a gaming chair, you may need to lock its wheels and swivel mechanism for a stable platform. The compactness of the FS3 also allows for close placement to the monitor. VR racers can also make good use of the small footprint in places that may not have room for a desk or table. Overall, this wheel stand offers bargain basement sim racing for those wanting to test the waters. Or, if you simply don't have the room for a full-blown sim racing setup, this is a great option. With no real shortcomings to speak of, the FS3 is a good way to get started in sim racing, one which certainly won't break the bank. Thanks for watching my review of the Trak Racer FS3 wheel stand. If you liked the review, please hit the subscribe and like buttons, and stay tuned for more to come from AussieStig.